Hi, this is Tony in Student Affairs IT. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add side blocks to your page using the Panelizer. By default, when you create a new page or a news item or an event, it does not have the side blocks added. That's something you need to go and add after the fact. This is an example of a page that's using both the left column side blocks and the side block in the center column. You'll notice these are side blocks because when you mouse over them, when you're logged into Web 1, you'll notice there's a little gear icon, and when you click on it, it'll give you the option to edit or delete. I don't recommend ever deleting these. The Panelizer stuff works the same for a content page, for the news item, for an event. So you just have to follow these steps for either one of those, and you'll get the same results. Now, starting off on the content page here, as long as you're logged into Web 1, you'll notice the black bar at the top of your page, and you'll notice the Panelizer tab. First thing you'll do is you'll click on Panelizer, and then when that loads, you'll click on Content under the Operations options here. What we're going to do first is add the side blocks under the left sidebar. So inside of that area, you'll see it says left sidebar. There's a gear to the left of that. We're going to click on that gear, and we're going to click Add Content. For this example, we're just going to go ahead and add those side blocks that I showed you on the Testing Center page. We're going to scroll down until we find the Testing Center category. Now, this is the typical view you'll be seeing when you're looking for a side block, for a pre-existing side block to add to a page. The names will be pretty descriptive for what you're looking for. In this case, first thing we're going to do, we add these one at a time. So the first thing that we're going to add is the Testing Center Quick Links. And once we click on it, it'll give us the option here. We'll leave the view mode set to full. That's just the default one for all these that we use right now. And then click Finish. And you'll notice it's now showing up in the left sidebar. It has a little asterisk at the end of it, meaning that it's not saved yet. So if we go navigate away from this page right now, it's not going to show up on them when we go back to it. But we're not going to save it until we've added the other items as well. So we're going to repeat the steps of clicking the gear and choosing Add Content. And then we will scroll down again to Testing Center. And this time we're going to add the Testing Center location and hours. And again, view mode is full. Click on Finish. And then one last time, Add Content. Scroll down to Testing Center. And this time we're going to choose Testing Center Ask Maddie. And again, view mode is left at full. Click on Finish. And you'll notice all three new items are showing up in the left sidebar. Now, we added these in the order that they showed up on the page. Quick Links first, Location and Hours second, and Ask Maddie last. It doesn't matter what order you add them, as long as you click and drag them at the end. You can move it around. You want to make sure to keep everything below the menu selected by the page. Like you want to make sure that's always the top item in the left sidebar. That's there by default, and it's something that if you don't want that menu to show up on the page, you can click on the gear and choose Disable this pane. You do not want to click Remove under anything on here, or if you see anything that says Delete, you really don't want to make any changes other than moving the order around of things that you've added. Now with that said, we've got in the right order the quick links, the location and hours, and Ask Maddie. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click Save, and since the change state is already published, it's going to go ahead and show us the page with those added. The asterisks have gone away, which means these are now saved and showing up on the live page. To see what this page looks like, we're going to go ahead and click on View. And these are the new content blocks that we've added to our page. Now, if you want to add a side block to the center column, you're going to go ahead and click Panelizer. You're going to click on Content. And this time, you're going to click on the gear in the Content box. So we're going to click the gear. We're going to click Add Content in the Content area. This time, we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. We're going to create one from scratch. We're going to click on Side Block. So when you're creating a new side block from scratch, it's essentially the same thing as adding new content, creating a new page. The WYSIWYG editor is the same as you worked with before. So all we need to do is add content into the body area, scroll down, choose the group that the page is going to be associated with. And by setting this, it will assign it to that group. It'll show up under that content area. If you want to be able to use this on multiple pages, you'll want to check the box next to make this entity reusable. What we use for category is the same name that we used to search for the testing center items. So if we type in testing center here, it'll show up under the testing center items when we go to search for something. In this particular case, we're going to just type SAIT. That's where the Student Affairs IT items are. And the administrative title is how it will show up. We want to be descriptive, so we're just going to call this, disclaimer text demo. So if we need to go and look for this again later, we'll know that we're looking for something specific for this demo. And once we filled that out, we go down to the bottom, we click finish, and we'll notice at the bottom of the content area, we have a box that says disclaimer text demo with the asterisk at the end of it, meaning it hasn't been saved yet. So we're going to go ahead and save our changes. And the settings have been updated. The current state of the page is published. So if we click on view, it's going to go back to the page we were just on. And you'll notice now down below is the demo text we added. Unfortunately, in this case, because I've been using the lorem ipsum text, it kind of blends in with everything else. In most cases, this would be something, it would kind of stand out from the rest. But you'll see the gear, which indicates that this is a content block. If we want to give a little more separation, we can just go ahead and click the gear and click edit. And we go to the front of our text, and we're going to hit enter once. And we're going to scroll down and click save again. Nothing else has changed there. And now we notice there's a little more separation in the text. And again, this is something that's going to be used limited. You don't want to use this on every single page. Well, I hope this tutorial has been helpful. If you have any further questions, please contact us in Student Affairs IT, or in the description will be a link to the IT page for Web 1, and that may provide some further answers to your questions. Thank you very much.